welcome to Flooring Models Kit Review Time. Today we've got a bit of a special and the Bandai series of Star Wars kits. They're 1/72 fighters, and also today we've got the AT-ST in 1/48 scale. Absolutely amazing. I'd like to do a little bit of an update for you. You won't remember, you've seen the review for this particular one. This is the fantastic X-Wing. Okay, this is the T65. Okay, I've actually built one. So over here we've actually got the completed article. Okay. Couple of things I have to say. First of all, without doubt, having built probably over 1,000 kits now over the years, I have to say this is one of the best kits I have ever built in my entire life. The way that it goes together is absolutely nothing short of amazing. The way it goes together is so brilliant. There is no glue involved in this at all. Not even a drop was used, no filler, no nothing, and I can't see a single gap or problem with it anywhere. It all starts off with the plastic. The plastic that are used in these particular kits is of exceptionally high quality. This isn't just a piece of styrene which is knocked out in China, okay? The plastic is used is brilliant because when you cut it with a knife, it cuts extremely cleanly, extremely crisply, okay? So I actually use for the entire of this particular build is literally a pair of scissors for removing things from the sprue and a craft knife. That was it. There was no sanders used or any other tools or anything else like that through this entire build. The way that it actually all fits together is all interlocking. The way that the locating tabs and things work all work individually, as in obviously on the X-Wing system technically you've got 4 gun pods, things like that. They are all done in a particular way, so you can't get them around the wrong way. So a bit like Tamiya kits, as I always say, if it doesn't go together correctly, you've got it round the wrong way. Okay, take it apart, have a look, make sure you've got the right part. The same goes with the engine pods. They're all done slightly differently, so you can't get any confusion between any of the parts. All right, if something doesn't fit, you have got the wrong part because they are absolutely fantastic. We just did a standard paint job right the way over this particular one, as you can see here, and then all we did, we come along and we've given this one the decals, which again, amazing decals went down. So all of this color work you can see on here, the bands, everything is the decals. Okay, literally all it was from my point of view was a custom color for the actual sort of grey white colour and the engines. Okay, that was the only 2 colours I actually used. All right, and then everything else you can see on here is actually decals right the way over it. All right, so again, absolutely amazing. And then from our point of view, we had a simple weathering wash, oil washes right the way over this, blended it in, a little bit of chipping effect, and it was job done. But I have to say, it was a one-day build for me and absolutely loved it. It was a fantastic build. If you do want to see it, have a look on the Flooring Models site for obviously paid membership. You can see it as a full build. I think it's a 3 or 4 parter, and as I say, it was a fun day build for me. So I was that impressed, I actually went out and bought the entire of the range. Okay, so we've got some of them here today. So obviously to go along with the X-Wing, as you can imagine, we have this guy. Okay, now I'm going to break these down into individual actual videos, so if you don't want to sit through all of them, you can just watch them as standalones as well. So this first one here, as you can see, we've actually got the Bandai TIE Fighter. It's 1/72 scale, so obviously it's going to go along with our X-Wing down here as well. And as you can see, again, a beautiful box art on the actual box itself. Actual pictures of the kit itself, okay, so you can expect what you're actually going to get down here, with the exception of these bits obviously. But again, you can see some of the details. Obviously you've got a working cockpit, we've got the laser system, we've got crew figures seated or standing, and we get a bit of a base like we've had with the X-Wing. Okay, as you can see, working our way around. So the kit number is 01948770. Okay, and again, we've got some more pictures down here, as you can see, and we can see it displayed on the actual stand itself, which is an absolutely lovely touch. So starting off with having a look in the box, as you can see, multiple sprues. So just like we do in all our video reviews, we'll have a quick look at the instructions first. As I said, with the other one, the instructions, obviously, if you're Japanese, you'll know them, but from our point of view, sometimes they can be a little bit confusing how they're actually laid out, okay? They tend to be on these large sheets, so starting down here, okay, you've got number 1, all right? As it points out about it here, it's all pretty straightforward, so just look out because all the sprues are numbered, okay? So that's how it's calling out for them. So sometimes it might say, like you can see down here, F4, obviously it's sprue F number 4, okay? And working all your way through, all right? So as you can see, starting off with these normal things, you've actually got the actual figure itself, if you're going to put him in. A little bit of cockpit work going down all in there. The 2 halves of that very famous sort of, you know, the bubble, the ball turret in the middle. Okay, the details on the inside of it as well, and you can see all these markings around here. This is all for the decals or stickers, something we'll speak about later on. Okay, then you've actually got the system of putting the bottom in, and you can see these two little symbols, these little flick marks. It actually means click. Okay, so you push it until it clicks. Okay, one thing I learned very rapidly on this one, sometimes you have to give it a little bit of force, and then all of a sudden you'll hear a click and everything goes. Any seam lines you might have had suddenly vanish. It's like magic. Okay, so basically you're going down here, then it goes up to the top part showing you here. So you've got the two outer parts are going to come together with it inside the inside of it, and it will click together, which is basically giving you this part. And then you've got an option for the stand on the bottom or not to have the stand. Okay, then you come back down here for putting in the extra detail. So as I said, you've got the tops on there going in there, and the various items, the glazing on the front, things like that, which you might want to think about afterwards. Again, you see the little tabs, it means it's a click. Technically you could put it in after painting, or you could mask up. Personal choice how you want to go around on all of these. If it has got the glass, some of them you have versions so you can have it with glass or without. It's that good. Okay, so working our way through some other parts going on there. We've got the laser cannons going on the front, we've got the stand on the bottom, again showing you there's a click to all of these things, so just make sure you get the click. Okay, then you're actually working on the panels themselves, the wingy bits themselves. So again, quite nicely laid out, so it's going to make painting very, very easy. So you can do the black on the inside if you are going to paint even, you don't have to. And then you actually got these parts which are going to be grey on the sides, then the outer sections as well, so you can put them all in last. So once you've got those, you're going to make up two pairs of them and you're going to fix them on. Okay, then over to onto this side. So we're talking about down here, you can actually build the stand itself, and we have the little bit of the base as well for it to sit on, which is a nice touch. Laser cannons being put on, things like that. And again, it is all interlockable with all the others. We've got it on these. Let's just take those off. You might notice on the bottom here, you've got these little clip feet. What happens is, so this one I've taken it off, but they actually have little feet and they click together, so you can lock it all together and make up various scenes and things like that if you wanted to. Usual things, so you've got your parts tree call out, things like that down there, and then onto this side, as you can see, we've actually got here, this is the actual calls for the decals or your stickers, depending which way you're going to be putting them on, and you've got them on the inside as well, so you've got some nice detail showing it all around. Colour guides, a little bit of problematic, obviously, if you're English and you don't speak the actual Japanese, but from the point of view, it's quite easy to find them online. So, looking at the parts, if we just work our way through, just grab my knife. Now, you might notice as well, we'll speak about them as we've got them here, you actually get, let me just take this guy out the bag. You might notice on this one, if you just grab this one as well, okay. You might notice you actually get two sets, okay? It's not. These are stickers which aren't perfect, but I think it's great for kids. That's the whole point to this one. The decals, absolutely stunning. As I said, full decals on this guy down here, no problem at all. Absolutely loved it. So you've got normal decals, or you've got the stickers. The stickers are very matte and they don't like to conform brilliantly, shall we say, okay? But for things like inside or the kids doing it, I think you could quite easily get away with it and have no problem. Right, okay, actual parts themselves. So this is the actual foils for the wings. As you can see, these sort of giant solar panel-y things. Okay, as you can see, we've got the crew figure, which is sort of seated and standing down there. Okay, again, you're probably going to have decals for the figure because that's how it happened with this guy down here. Usual thing, as you can see, just then, one of the actual tree sprues came off and it's left nothing at all. That's how good these are. Very nice plastic, very crisp. Come in there with a pair of scissors, cut them off instead of a knife. I'd highly recommend, because that way you need almost no cleanup. But you can see beautiful detail on these. Looking on the close-up, as you can see, you've got very nice textures in with all of this grilling stuff. Okay, it actually is nice, sharp, crisp detail. Okay, so we've got a joint sprue here, which is going to be the same, so we can just get rid of one for both sides. Again, looking at it, as you can see, you catch it in the light, you can see all of these details, and the level of detail down on these inside areas, as you can see down here, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's beautifully done, loads of detail right the way down each arm of these. It isn't just an arm going down, you've got individual details on each ones. They have been extremely well researched. And obviously putting together is legendary now. So into more one of the complex bags. This particular one, actually, you don't get quite as many sprues as you did with the X-Wing. There isn't quite as much to this one as we have with the X-Wing, but, you know, it's all very, very nice. So this guy down here, as I said, we've got the ball turret, if you like. Again, beautifully detailed. The level of detail on all of these parts is absolutely exquisite. Very, very sharp. These guys down here, these bars, are the ones that run around the outside of the foils on the wings, on the actual TIE Fighter itself. As you can see, absolutely fantastic. I found you had no problem with flash, no problem with actually ejector pin marks on the one that I've done, and everything else like that. Now this is where it gets good, because you've got here, just like the other one, the actual ball turret, as I'm going to call it, the actual area, so you can have it glass and have a clear part, or you can have it open, which is exactly the same way as this one worked. This particular one, the grey on the top is all a decal. It's not even painted, as I said, all of that work on there, and it went down massive, brilliantly. The best decal on a clear part I've ever dealt with in all my years of doing this. Beautifully done. As you can see, I'm quite excited about these because they're fantastic. Again, you've got a bit of a mix here. So this guy up here, this clear part, you can see here is actually this part here. So if you wanted to do it in clear, obviously you could mask the glass, spray it, or you could do it, to be honest, reminiscent of the films, because the films didn't have any glass on them. They were always just the framework, and that was it. But generally working our way around, as you can see, we've got nice details just on the inside as well. Extremely well done. The seat itself and everything else. For something that's a small, the level of detail is absolutely exquisite. Okay, then last up we've actually got the stand. Okay, and we've got the lasers themselves. Alright, so if we just pop that down there, I'm just going to shovel that in there a second. Okay, so as you can see, this is the stands we were talking about. Again, very nice details, all of these. You've got the little square here. You've got a box to cover it. So if you did want these to make up a sort of patchwork, you could do, okay, and not actually have it in flight. Because obviously, I must admit, I have this one and I've painted the box as well. But again, as you can see, some nice areas. This is the stand. It's all interlocking. It maneuvers. You slide it together. It locks, unpull it apart. You can maneuver it around and all those bits. But the stand absolutely makes these. And these bits, which, all right, might be a little bit gimmicky, but I think it'll work. These are the laser bolts coming actually out of the TIE Fighter itself. Again, beautifully done. These are done in like a rubber. Okay, it's far softer plastic than the normal styrene that you see with the other bits. So there we go. That is the TIE Fighter. I do have to say, you know, being a Star Wars fan is one thing, but the actual build quality of these particular kits is absolutely something else. It is as good as I'm saying. I am not exaggerating. They were one of the most fun builds I've ever done in ages, and certainly from a point of view of just going together, it is a no-brainer. You kids could do this. This is one of those things where the kids could get involved with it, do them to, you know, no glue, no problems with that. They can put them together. It's only going to take them a couple of hours, and at the end of it, you're going to have a highly detailed kit that comes out of it as well. So because we've got the Star Wars films and that coming out soon, I can see these are going to be like hen's teeth as well. I can imagine going out of stock quite quickly. There's already a hold with HobbyLink Japan about the amount you can buy, so it's one per household, which is a bit of a problem per order. So for me, I wanted to do 2 TIE Fighters, and then obviously we've got Darth Vader's TIE Fighter over the Advance to make a trench run scene with my X-Wing. But unfortunately, they would only send me 1 of each, so I couldn't fulfill that one with that order. But I've got more on order, so hopefully I'll be able to make up a little diorama in the near future, because I do intend to build the entire series. So there we go. That is the TIE Fighter. It is as good as I say. Go and get one.